I suppose this is supposed to be a takeoff as well. While they've migrated to be closer to me. The library's on the opposite side of this is F Street. So that's E Street. D Street and C Street is where they're stalking at the library. They're stalking with the people of the state. That's not headlights. That's a demon and that's a stalker. That's relevant to what is state surveillance. You're looking at what is the projected shadow of this bench also on the wall, impossible light activity, in addition to the light activity that coexists with what is crossing a path. Stalking by an airport in concert with the police department that commit kidnappings in an environment where you do not have authority under the municipal code when you're stalking in furtherance of murder, pursuant to criminal surveillance that you have not exposed in the United States, which is in direct contravention with the oath that you take. And it's also direct evidence that you're severely mentally ill. These are demons that are stalking, engaging in surveillance, P.O.C. And the entities engaging in that while a whole airport is stalking. That's speaking to a population of demons that are stalking. And they do so. Where does the fake sun rise? Right here. Where does the fake sun rise when I'm at a different location, such as the Economy Inn at 9:35 in the morning, where the entity has the fake sun remaining, as I documented yesterday, even at 4:11 p.m. So what is this environment where the entity is stalking by commercial planes, and I've already documented stalking by helicopter, and also stalking via kidnapping, masquerading as police officers? That's the entity that's going to be disbanded and going to federal prison. That's P.O.C. None of their headlights are causing light to ricochet on this wall. Those are demons, and it's the same thing with what is not the sun remaining over the Economy Inn from 4:11 p.m. and is still present at 9:35 in the morning, as though it's still going to be there at 4:11 p.m. the next day, which is what you're expecting with regard to the sun. That's not the sun. This entity is stalking with light while they're criminally monitoring, and these psychopaths are stalking in planes. Stalking as an entire airport, following me up the street. This is what so-called Sergeant Hall, who gave me her badge number, speaking so authoritatively while she's engaged in criminal monitoring, and she's going to prison. Her and all that fake authority is going to federal prison. The same thing with S. Casas, the same thing with R. Lily and the other demon, and they all refuse to provide their badge numbers while they're engaged in federal group stalking and monitoring, which is an additional federal charge. Threatening my life, stalking me while bearing weapons and exercising authority you don't have in a law. Well, you're stalking me. And you're doing so in furtherance of murder, and Jason Fields is going to prison. This is an entity engaging in surveillance at ARCO, where the entity is stalking with impossible light, not their headlights. Demons that are stalking with light. That's stalking in the path with light. The demons do the same thing when they're walking on the sidewalk in the engineer light. That's called stalking with light. They're doing so at what is 537 North Euclid Avenue. This is P.O.C. It is currently 2:54 a.m. This is all evidence putting more gang members of the Ontario Police in prison. And it's all putting Michael Lorenz in prison as a terrorist leader, conspiring my murder, being paid as a department to keep me under surveillance, which is a shared pattern of conduct. LAPD is putting these demons in prison. Fontana PD is putting these demons in prison. Pomona PD is putting these demons in prison. San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department is putting these demons in prison. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department are putting these demons in prison. The people of the state, these demons, these gargoyles stalked with impossible light and impossibility shared as a city, as a county, as a state, are putting these demons in prison, and they're going to prison as well. A body of evidence of the people of the state stalking me with police departments, and they're going to federal prison. This is P.O.C. It is currently 2:54 a.m., where the demon-possessed Ontario Police Department would like to monitor with the audible activity as though they have something else better to do, when my vagina is their obsession. They're stalking me, just like a whole airport and a population is at 2:55 a.m. Those are psychopaths that are bad actors. And I'm putting them away. They're going to prison. For real. They're actually going to federal prison. P.O.C.